That's the best way to start an episode. This is Booze and Ballin, but this is not DK. This is a little special episode. Got JB Cigars, owner of one of the owners of 10 Glen Society, all social media platforms. Impromptu visit after a barrel pick. Came to the studio to drink bourbon and talk sports.
Yeah, Todd, thanks for having me.
Welcome.
Yeah, I'm excited.
This is different. So you stopped by, came over. We've been doing some tasting. You brought a hell of a sample. We did your video today.
Yep, I did he picked the Bardstown High Rye.
I stumped him. I didn't think I was going to stump you.
I didn't. I was very confused.
I thought you would look around here enough and that your palate would. I didn't think I was going to stump you on it. Did you think I was going Penelope?
I did because you're a huge Penelope fan, and
I know. I thought that was going to happen.
Penelope's overrated.
Can't say that. I love Penelope.
I know.
Okay, so there's the Havanas, their sweet stuff. I don't love that, but most of their other stuff I like.
Yeah, it's a hit or miss for me. I have, I think, 5 bottles, somewhere around there, and they're all good. It's just like spending, like the weed is $30. That's fine. I can drink that all the time.
Some of their price points are a little up there,
a little ridiculous
if you don't love it.
Plus, you're in PA, I'm in Maryland. It's the pricing.
Do you have a target price point?
For me, I don't mind spending under $100. Like our barrel pick's going to be $90. Like
to
I'll
me,
spend
that's
it all day.
That's a perfect price. It can be a perfect price for
like
good
a Russell's
quality.
pick is my perfect thing or my perfect bottle because the price is normally $70 to $80, and I'm a Russell's fanboy.
I treat bourbon kind of like I treat food. Like I will pay for good food.
Mm-hmm.
Like I won't go to a fine ass restaurant and get a steak for $68 and then there's no presentation. Like I won't do that again. The problem with bourbon is unless you've tried it or had someone give you a tasting, you could look at a bottle that's
sits there for months.
Yeah. Or I'm in the store like, okay, that's $140, $150. I don't know if I'm going to like it. It's not like a steak. It still might be good. It's hard to spend a certain amount of money. So I try and if I've never had it before, I have a hard time going that really, really high.
I think we talked about this when I was on the way up here earlier. I bought a lot of craft stuff, and I've gotten more into that because I've bought bottles like Michter's 10 Rye and straight from the barrel, and you spend over $150, $200, and it doesn't live up to the hype that you thought it was, right? I have straight from the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
I've had 3 bad straight from the barrels, and it's just not one that I want to spend my money on if it's over $175 to begin with.
Fair.
Start price. And then Michter's 10. I love the flavor profile. Don't get me wrong. Michter's is really good. It comes down to the proof is just too low for me.
If you're going to spend that, you want a little more proof.
Yeah, I'm going to spend that much money. I'd rather have it be a barrel strength or something like that where it's 125, 130 proof. It's just so hard because the finish is my big thing.
It's funny you say that because we talked about it, the Knob Creek 21 year that I had the other weekend. I mean, that's on the cheap end, $260. It was
a $250 retail.
Yeah, it's an expensive bottle, but it only comes in
$235 in my local liquor store.
Right around 100 proof, though.
Yeah, and that's what Knob Creek pisses me off about. And I knew they started doing that barrel strength picks, but Knob Creek and Elijah Craig love both of their products, but the picks are just more common than most.
After tasting it, I expected the plate, with it being only around 100, I expected a lot more flavor profile from it, and I didn't get that. Don't get me wrong, it was good. Is it worth the money? Not personally. I wouldn't buy it again for the money. Now it's open, and we might do one of these revisit it, like you do some of your series on TikTok, this and that. You do.
I do a second sips on Monday, and I come back to my old Fresh Pop Fridays because I pretty much do a Fresh Pop Friday every week. If you didn't see yesterday's video, I did it in the parking lot at Short Barrel with some of the 10 Glen owners, and it's cool to come back to bottles.
You remember that?
Yeah, after 6 barrel proofs at 132 plus, it was at 9:45 in the morning. It was a long day, but
I forgot that was in the morning. Yeah, you did say that was in the
morning. Yeah, I got in the night before at like 10 o'clock, and then I left at 10 o'clock the next night and got home last night or this morning, I guess, at 1:30. So.
That's why I'm hoping that maybe letting that sit. It's going to be about 3-4 weeks till I get to try it again. maybe I'll like it a little bit better. But like your second sips, I do like it. Like, okay, Penelope. I hated the Rio.
I know a lot of people are, and a lot of people hate Amberana, but then you have the Larrikin that has Amberana, and I love it.
Or the RD1, and I love that.
The RD1 is really nice. If you haven't tried this, I know it hasn't come out everywhere. I'm probably gonna get a bottle when I get back to Georgia this weekend. There is a rye Amberana Dark Arts that they had sent me, and if you think the ryes or the Amberanas are too sweet because it's too much cinnamony, this kind of knocks out that extra late finish that is too sweet.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think Amberana can be done wrong very easily.
I was 100%.
But when I revisited the Rio, I liked it better, but it still wasn't as good as Larrikin's, and it still wasn't as good as RD1.
Yeah, I want to do, and I think Chris and I talked about doing it, where we're going to do like a cigar batch episode. We're going to do the Penelope, the Larrikin, the King's family brought one of those over there.
Oh, King's has one too?
King's has one. They have, who else has? Magnus has one. We were talking about just Magnus earlier. And there should be one other one. Magnus is like the standard though. And I think the Larrikin.
Are they the original cigar blend?
I think Larrikin's gives it a run for its money. So we'll see what happens.
Larrikin's has a lot of flavors in it.
It's a great blend. And I like that their stuff is 8 years now, even though it was old Lawrenceburg juice. Right. They just renamed. But hey.
All right. So the other half of this podcast is sports.
Oh, don't do this to me.
No, because you're going to give it right back to me. And I don't know if I want to do that because Ravens fan and Eagles fan. And neither of us are super happy today. But
I haven't been happy in 5 weeks now.
No, and you go to you're into it. You go to the game.
Season tickets. I'll be there tomorrow, and it's gonna be raining. It's gonna be disgusting. We're gonna get murdered.
It is gonna be a messy day tomorrow.
Yeah, it's gonna. I'm pretty much going to the drink.
I'll tell you what. If it's rainy, that might. I mean, the Rams are a good team, but
will have 250. He might still have 150.
No, that'll help your defense. Your defense has, I think, been underperforming more than your offense because I expect your defense to be better. But I think the rain might help you keep that game close.
I think so too. I just don't know. I'm at a loss for words with the Ravens, man. It's coming down to like this. The issue seems to be every year we can't close, and who's the constant? Our head coach.
Yeah.
No offense to Harbaugh. Loved him. Won us a Super Bowl. He just doesn't have the spark that a lot of these head coaches do. And when your team is lifeless, like we are, you need somebody as a coach to step in, fire your ass up, and go play. You know, when I went to every game when Ray Lewis came out of the tunnel. The fans were into it. The team was into it. Like, I remember, I don't know if you saw, there was an episode where Mark Sanchez, which before all the stuff happened.
Is it too soon to talk about Mark Sanchez?
Hey, I don't know. It was happened to be a clip with him and JJ Watt.
Most random random update I saw online last weekend. Mark Sanchez.
Yeah, that's weird how that worked. I don't know. I haven't read all into it. Been too busy to worry
fumbled
about
life.
Well, hey, he has the greatest fumble of all time, and he just fumbled again. But Sanchez did a live interview thing with JJ Watt, and he was in the car, and he said, "What was the worst team that you played?" And he said, "It's 150% the Ravens." He said Rex Ryan was our head coach at that point. Now he's at ESPN or Fox. Yeah. ESPN. I don't know. He's an analyst now. And he said to the team before they walked out of the tunnel, "Do not watch Ray Lewis coming out of the tunnel." Mark Sanchez snuck a peek. They got killed that game because it's just the atmosphere. The Ravens haven't had that in a long, long time, and it's something we might need. You know, if we had Dan Campbell on the sideline firing you up, or we talked about Scattaboo earlier. Yeah. Scattaboo has energy. The Ravens don't seem to have any energy, and it annoys me.
No, that the Giants beat the Eagles, and they just looked like they wanted it more. They looked like they were having more fun, and Jalen Hurts can't find any facial expressions, which pisses me off.
John Harbaugh has every facial expression you can.
Like you're saying with Harbaugh, sometimes it's not a matter that he's a bad coach. You just need to change. Like the Eagles, Andy Reid was soured and done in Philly. And now look what he's done. He's still a great coach. Still one of the best to go down in history. But I think sometimes your organization just needs that change.
Yeah, I said, what was it, 2 years ago? I said that Have you seen Bruce Arians, right? Bruce Arians moved from being a coach to being in like a player development like role. And the thing that pisses me off the most about the Ravens is that we had Mike Macdonald in the palm of our hands, and it came down to you didn't want to pay him. I would have rather extended Harbaugh's salary as an upper management position, kept him since he's been with the Ravens for
ever.
It's 18 years. I think he was 07 when Flacco joined. So I said this 2 years ago. We should have paid Mike Macdonald, kept Mike Macdonald as our head coach. You remember watching that Christmas game with the 49ers where the Ravens had 4 interceptions on Purdy?
Yeah.
That was the fire. That was a fire. Well, that's another story. That was a fire the Ravens needed. And I just think when your offense needs to step up because of how bad your defense is, our play calling hasn't been good enough on that end either. And you need your head coach to step in and say something. And I think Harbaugh's just too relaxed,
complacent at this point,
and to say something about it for a team that was supposed to probably win a Super Bowl this year. We had the best chance.
Well, Vegas odds still have you winning the AFC North.
I don't want to win. I want to win the division. I don't want to be a top seed because we seem to fumble that every year. We do better when we're a lower seed.
I mean, in the AFC, where you're at now, it'd be tough to say that you get the top 2 seeds, but you still get
even like with I just lost my train of thought.
These things happen. Well, I was going to ask you this. It's funny.
With the Ravens schedule, it's only Rams and Packers who are like the toughest opponents left.
And I think those are my top 2 out of the AFC right now.
Yeah.
But so it's funny you brought up Flacco because I was going to ask you how you think given that the Ravens are still projected to win the division. Now Flacco just got traded to the Bengals because for all intents and purposes, they were out of the running because Browning sucks and they have no offense.
It's just crazy because he was actually good 2 years.
He's what's the word? Streaky. He'll have a great couple quarters and look like he's supposed to be there, and then he'll completely fall apart and throw 3 interceptions. So now Flacco's there, which I think is actually kind of a good fit for that offense. I think it makes Chase Brown better. I think it makes the key players fantasy-wise better. How do you think that division? Do you think that the Ravens win that division, or do you think that the Steelers are probably the biggest competition?
I'll say one thing about the Steelers. Mike Tomlin has our number. He always does.
Always has.
He knows that the Ravens will choke.
Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf combination, I called it from the beginning of the year, is kind of a great combination.
I was surprised they traded away Pickens because you have DK. It's like the whole AJ Brown Juju thing. When Antonio Brown is getting 3 guys watching him at all times, someone else has to go off.
Right.
And Juju was that guy. I thought for how much attention, and even though DK is still balling out this year, Pickens would have been nice on the other side.
That's why I thought they brought him in. I thought they brought him in because I've always said George Pickens is not a number 1. He's like a T. Higgins. He's a good number 2. So I thought that's why they did, and they got rid of him. Who the fuck are they putting at number 2 then? Roman Wilson
from the Michigan Wolverines?
Yeah, I loved him coming out of college, but he's just
hasn't lived up to the hype. Yeah.
No, and then Calvin Austin.
He's been good this year. He's 2. I think he has 4 touchdowns already.
It's such a weird offense that's kind of working. I still don't think that they have the team to, if you guys are playing well, and if Flacco takes the Bengals in the right direction, I still think the Steelers fall down. It's between you and the Bengals, but I do still think.
Well, it's funny because the Ravens had a hard schedule at the beginning, and then they're going easier for the rest of the way.
After your bye, which is, I was looking at this the other day. After your bye, it's insane.
It's
matchup.
Easy until, well, to be fair, the Ravens are never make anything easy.
You got Chicago, Miami, Minnesota, Cleveland, the Jets, the Bengals, Pittsburgh, the Bengals, New England, Green Bay, Pittsburgh. You realistically have, just on paper, maybe 3 games that I don't see you winning if you're at full strength.
Yeah, it's definitely this weekend, the Packers game. And
after the bye. This weekend, yeah. Take after the bye, maybe the Packers game.
We always lose one
division, something like that,
to one of each of the teams.
But so your schedule does get very.
But we flip flop. The Steelers had an easy schedule to start, and we had a tough schedule, and it's now reversed.
Yeah, it's a bummer time to lose Lamar.
I just don't think. Well, it is. It's not a bad time because we had the bye week, so it's not terrible because he can rest. But I also, speaking of those injuries, I don't think the Ravens were in shape this season. If you look at their injury list, besides a couple shoulders, it is all hammies and groins. And to me, that's what you get injured when you're out of shape.
That's what the whole NFL, the not playing anything in the preseason is not good.
No. And I think that it's also more tough when the Ravens are going on the road week 1 to play the Bills in, away game, prime time, and your team, like, even though we balled out, I mean, Lamar, we put up 40 points, but they put up more points than we did, and we still let up too many points. And my big thing about the Ravens that and I don't know who to blame on this. I blame Harbaugh because he, it should be your call at that point to figure it out. He doesn't manage.
You're the manager.
Right. He doesn't manage the clock the right time, like the right way all the time. We had 2 we had 2 delay game penalties in a row at one point. Like you gotta call timeout.
Yeah. Like you weren't out of timeouts.
No. And then it comes down to is that like the Ravens seem to not switch at halftime to make themselves better. And one thing about, like, I wore the Devontae Smith today in honor of him being an Eagles fan. I'm a Bama fan. The one thing that Nick Saban, I always loved about him going in halftime, they made changes, and those changes freaking worked. The Ravens go in, and they reverse the changes that were doing well. You got to adapt and kind of to what's going on.
That's funny. That's the same feeling I have with the
Ravens,
Eagles.
right? You have 2. It just comes down to offensive play calling. If your team's going to get beat by 40 and you're putting up 40 points, you probably it's tough.
There's not much you can do there.
But on offense though, instead of running Derrick Henry when you know they're running Derrick Henry, it's the things that the Ravens do that piss me off. Right? Number 1, you have Lamar and you have Derrick in the backfield. 2 people have to watch those 2 because those 2 are lethal. Right? You run by one guy and they're gone.
Most lethal combination in the NFL.
Right, and we're not using it to our advantage, right? Yeah. And the thing that pisses me off is that they're blaming Derrick Henry for the fumble. I don't disagree that Derrick hasn't really fumbled in his career, but Zay Flowers was cooking their corners. Cooking. He had 150 yards, and they decided at the end of the game to run the ball with 10 guys in the box. All you had to do was roll Lamar out. If he beats one guy, he beats one guy. It's a first down. The game's over. Or you roll out and you have Zay coming across the middle.
Yeah,
they were
right
not keeping
across
off.
the middle in a shallow slant.
They were not keeping up with Zay the entire freaking game, and you change your shit at the end, and that's what pissed me off with the Ravens. And it's very obvious too when they bring Derrick in that they're bringing in their 3rd string tight end and they're bringing in their 4th string wide receiver to block. You know it's gonna be a running play.
You know it's running,
and I can tell you it's gonna be a running play before just knowing and watching so many games. I know what's going on. You can't do that.
No,
you can't take your wide receivers out of the field. And the other thing about the Ravens too is D-Hop has been great this season, and so is Ted Walker, and they're not utilizing them enough.
That's what
they're bringing Tyler Wallace in, who's had 2 great plays in his career.
I think you have. It's still untapped weapon in Zay Flowers, and that they are not using him right. He could be one of the top wide receivers in the league if used correctly. And then the fact that you have an end zone target beast in Hop, like,
why you're not throwing the ball up to him once?
Why not him?
The thing about it is that do you see Monty throw the touchdown the other day?
Yeah.
The Ravens tried to do that at home against the Lions on like 2nd and 10 from like the 10-yard line. No. You run that at the 1-yard line.
Yeah.
That is a 1-yard line
because they're
play.
Collapsing everybody thinking you're running the ball anyway. It's
right.
the perfect time to do that.
And there's just so many, like you look at the tush push, right? I'm not a huge fan of it, but
I'm not either. And I'm an Eagles fan.
But I love that they finally turned and hand the ball to Saquon the other day. That's adapting to what everybody's doing. When you know when the Bills are crashing down 10 guys, you got to do something else.
Yeah,
they did it every single time on the last couple of drives, and when your team can't stop anybody, you got to get 3rd down. And it seems like every time we need a 1st down on something, we don't get it, and the ball goes back to them. Just how the Ravens blow it. I think it's Harbaugh. I mean, you'd think you need something to spark something.
It's got to be there. You have all the pieces to do that correctly. You got 2 great tight ends when healthy. And it's funny you said about changing it. That's my biggest complaint about Nick Sirianni is he doesn't adapt.
Yeah, you got to adapt when the game's going the wrong way.
That's a great coach to a good coach. Now, Harbaugh's a great coach. I just think, like you said, I think it's just getting to the point where you just need something new.
Yeah, and I just don't know. I mean, my grandfather said it, who are you going to bring in? I mean, bring in Jacksonville, right? They brought in Liam Cohen, and you're just wow, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And he brings a spark to that team that not many teams have. And he's a young guy. And I think a lot of times the young guys adapt to that young guy being a head coach, right? They're all in their 30s and 20s and 30s. And
There is something to be said about relating and kind of like being.
right. I thought the same thing would be about Zach Orr, but that just hasn't.
I'm going to have a lot more fun going to the bar with you than I am my grandpa. My grandpa.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, my grandma was actually really fun to go to the bar with.
My parents are good and fun to go to the bar with.
My parents are my favorite people. Ken and I did one of our episodes for the new podcast, the Boozy Banter. We filmed last night traveling, and we were gonna bring it up, but it went on too long. But one of my favorite things I say is there's people you travel with, and you don't travel with. It could be your best friend in the world, but you can't travel together because you're different types of people.
Yeah,
like there are people that are scheduled this that. There are people that like, hey, I schedule every day at work, so when I go on vacation, I want to decide what I'm doing today.
I don't like going on vacation and someone has a plan for something every 5 minutes. I'm on vacation to take off at work and relax. I don't want to be bothered.
I want to wake up and like, hey, you want to go do
want to go grab
ATVs
a coffee
today,
take a walk, whatever.
Yeah.
I can't. I mean, if it's something like you're in, like, for example, you're in Italy, we went to Italy. When you're in Italy and you got to go to the museum to see something, that's a different story, right? That's planned.
You have to do that.
That's something you have to do. That's part of the history of our world. But when I'm going to the beach, I want to sleep in. I don't get to sleep, and then I want to go sit on the beach and just do nothing because that's what, it's
have
what it
some
is.
Drinks and then decide the rest of my day. But it's funny to say, my parents travel just like us. I will travel and go to islands and go out drinking and hang out with my parents more than most of my friends. Sorry if you're watching this. I'm an asshole and I get that. Also, I'm empty and I know you brought some bottles. So tell me something you want me to drink and tell me about it.
Let's bring this King's Family Distillery up.
King's is one of these things, like, now being in PA in a control state, we're very limited to what we get. I have seen so much King's and I don't think I've seen really any bad reviews of it.
So I'll start out with one thing about King's. It is sourced, not a bad way, not a bad thing. Gina, who does their social media, she does a great job, right? With the day and age that social media has become, and I don't get why a lot of these younger distilleries don't do TikTok, because it's like the thing.
Any social, really.
Right. And we were talking because we both have different podcasts.
Which is why this is a perfect blend.
Yeah, we have the Glen Society podcast, and then he has Booze Ballin, and this was something that we really liked from King's. They sent me this. This is one of 120 bottles. It is a Tennessee Standard, which is a wheated bourbon, an ALW, and it is finished in rye. It is a King's Liquor Selects. So they hand selected this themselves. This one double platinum in San Francisco this year, or this year.
That's the second weeded you brought.
Well, it's a weeded ALW and a rye.
Do you know what the mash bill is offhand, Brian?
I don't on this one.
Of course, it's not going to tell you. I'm excited. Do you mind if I pour a little bit of this?
Of course. That's why I brought it.
I'm excited. This is one of the distilleries. Like when I went to KBF, there were a couple, because of being PA, I wanted to try some Larrikin and was impressed. I wanted RD1.
Larrikin's mine.
And I was impressed.
Kendra's not here.
I can't get yelled at for this shit right now. This place is. Did you mop up? Doing a tiny little pour.
If you didn't see my video, this will be posted later. But
I might put a
clip of it in there.
I should clip. So, I'll put some of your in the description. Well, I'm going to send this to you for yours. So I'll put it in the description. You can follow Glen Society on YouTube and all that. You can follow JB on all that. If you go to any of my pages, he's in there as one of my top followers, friends, whatever, collaborations.
But yeah, no, King sent me this. I was very grateful. So did Larrikin. They sent me stuff too. Breathe it in.
That seems like very airy and light on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
That I know that was really far away from that. Like it's.
Was it 118 proof?
Is it really?
Mm-hmm. I know some people have gripes about sourcing. We just did a pick of a source company, Short Barrel. They are working on their own juice. King's just does not want us to make their own whiskey because Justin and Cara, who run King's, we've had them on our Glen Society live, had them on my live as well. They're awesome people, and they're both former MGP workers. And I don't know if you knew this, fun fact, Justin, who's him and his wife own it, his family owns Old Smoky.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. So Old Smoky Distillery is owned by Justin and his family.
Same people.
Same
family.
He sold his ownership, but yeah.
That's crazy.
So his parents did it.
I 100% get the blend on this.
Did you try? You tried it, right?
Yeah.
Did you get the little rye ending?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. On the front of my tongue, right into the mouth, I get almost like that wheat sweetness, but it finishes like a rye.
It has a little bit of like caramel from the ALW too.
But on the nose, I get more wheat. I get more sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
But on the finish, I get more rye.
Yeah. So this is actually one of my most limited bottles in my collection. I was nice enough to bring it for Todd. I don't sample this out anymore because
I appreciate that.
This is one of 120 bottles.
I would have put this closer to 100 proof.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, they're 155 proof. You can't drink it first thing of the day. I tried that and it holy shit. But it's a 155 proof. It's a caramel bomb, and when you gotta warm your palate up for that one. When you try it, it actually, when you keep going back to it, it's actually, and I'm gonna be excited for second sips for that one. It's actually it probably drinks like 125 proof.
Really?
Yeah,
it's crazy. Yeah, this does not drink at 118.
And you'll see the Detling that Todd will post on his page.
That was like coffee.
It's like a cherry cola and then espresso at the end.
Well, I know you're a little younger for this, but back in the day, like fountain sodas, when you would go to
the old style
fountain sodas, and you go like the bowling alley, you go somewhere like that, you would get a soda and they would put like a flavoring in it. Like if you took a cherry Coke and then added that coffee or chocolate like flavor to it, it was something in that ballpark. It was really.
I always do it like the Coca-Cola, like the red machines.
Yeah.
I always do like a little splash of cherry vanilla or like Dr. Pepper or cherry Coke or whatever.
Whatever happened to like the vanilla Cokes and the vanilla flavors?
They still have the flavors on those machines. I don't think they sell them.
They used to sell them in the cans. I used to love the vanilla cherry Cokes.
Yeah.
God, I love those damn things.
Yeah. We also tried the 100% Frey Ranch wheat whiskey, which if you haven't had Frey Ranch, it's a Nevada company. This is a grain to glass product. All their stuff is grain to glass.
This is the first 100% wheat I've ever.
Yeah, 100% wheat, and it is farm to pot, or I guess distil, whatever you want to call it. Farm to glass, grain to glass. They farm all their own grains.
I like the small, like you had said you would ask me, do I like the craft wheat? You started to touch on that. I like the risks, I guess, for better lack of it, that a craft distillery takes as opposed to your standards. Like, I'm getting a Heaven's Hill 18. You're getting the same thing, just aged differently.
Yeah, and they're doing a 22 year this year.
Yeah, very subtle.
It's pretty much the same. It'll change a little bit.
It's like updating your iPhone. It's the same damn thing with just a higher number. Now, no, don't get me wrong. They are good, but I like what craft distilleries do. They try different projects, different flavoring, different tastes.
Blends and stuff.
And I like that a lot better.
Yeah, like this is a full blend. And I know Justin and Cara, they don't want to distill. They've both done different distillings in their life, and they're just like, this is what we want to do. I respect it. It's
so they'll never distill their own.
No,
they'll all be like an MGP product the whole time.
It's mostly MGP. They got some other stuff that they won't disclose, but yeah, this is a potential pick we might do in the future with them too. It'll be
the White King's pick would be cool.
Be a Ryconic.
Because you told them about the shore barrel.
9 to 10 year Ryconic.
You told them about the shore barrel you did. So if you do follow their Discord, you can find out more about that sort of stuff. But
yeah, we did just quickly. I flew down to Georgia on Thursday. We did a pick yesterday morning of a OZ Tyler, which is Old Green River.
Yeah, you taught me that yesterday.
Yeah, before Green River sold in 2020, or before Green River became a thing in 2020, they were called OZ Tyler. And they switched in 2020 to becoming Green River as we know it now with their type of bottle. 2022, they were bought by Bardstown. So they actually make they make Ezra Brooks, and they make Mellocorn as well. Mellocorn was then bought by Heaven Hill. But that was a product of OZ Tyler. And so we had an 8-year product. It's 7 months now, but when it gets dumped next month, it'll be an 8-year product at 135.7 proof. It does not drink 135 proof.
I'm very excited to try that.
It's a 70% corn, 21 rye, and 9 malted barley. Well, Todd has a stroke over there.
So when I first started this first year, I would just burp right in the microphone like an asshole. Now I've learned to turn my head and go over here. I'm a burper. It's what I do.
Yeah, it's
What-
the indigestion. from the
You
bourbon.
said there was in your pick. What was there was another one that was a close second.
My favorite was, and it I like this actually. It won 4-3. The OZ Tyler barrel. It was so it was 6 pours. Maybe you can put a picture. I'll send it up to you.
Oh yeah, do that. That was a good idea.
It's it was so there was 6 options. We had 6 barrels inside the actual distillery. Like we were inside their warehouse. They were pumping juice out of barrels while we were sitting there. It's loud in a lot of the videos. We'll have a 11-minute clip coming out.
I'm excited. You got to follow them because I'm excited to see the behind the scenes.
I think Sullivan
of this
Speakeasy
pick.
posted a short clip on his TikTok today about what was the behind the scenes stuff. But yeah, no, it was 2 OZ Tyler barrels, 2 Barton products, which is 1792, and it was 2 OG Jefferson's rye barrels. So like old school Jefferson's, like before. They didn't give us any double oaks. I was a little upset about that, but the store just did a double oak product earlier this year. And so we're excited to see what kind of comes with it. It'll be 8 years next month when they dump it. And we're hoping that most of it sells within the Discord, because the store's like, if we do well with this, we can probably do some more picks. So
yeah, it bodes well for you if it sells fast, sells through the Discord. That store's like, well, you know what?
yeah.
We're gonna have to do this again.
Yeah, we got some potential. Nothing completely in the works yet with Kings, a Detling, which would be awesome, and a Hard Truth.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see all the picks you guys do.
As much as I would love to do like a Russell's or a Old Forester, it's cool to do the more craft ones.
I think it's harder to do the other ones. Like
It's hard too because a lot of people just don't know those brands because they just maybe just don't get them in their states.
I hate being in PA. I love hate it.
I don't. So I brought what 5 bottles, 6 bottles today.
Mm-hmm.
We don't get Detling in most of Maryland. We get it in like 2 liquor stores. One being, if you watch Todd's video, it's a called Angel Share. They get a lot of Detling. They do at least 5 to 6, if not more, barrels a year. We do not get Kings. I don't get Frey Ranch. I ordered that. I don't get Mellick. That was sent to me.
That JT Mellick, I've been hearing so much about that lately too.
Actually, that was a 90. I opened it, I think, last Friday. Yeah, last Friday. It's 96 proof, and it has so much flavor for a 96 proof, which is I was hating on Michter's, but
did you get that with the pay it forward bottles, right?
The Shiloh Pay It Forward 2025.
So.
Yep.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah, I wanted to start my own, but not to name any names. It kind of stopped. Yeah,
those things tend to happen.
The next person did not.
It's like the ice bucket challenge back in the day.
The next person did not get a new bottle.
Maybe they're waiting. Maybe their post office burnt out.
It's been
or
like 7 months.
They're definitely not waiting.
I sent the next one to Chris. He just got it, and he's sending one to Barrel Proof Ryan, 2 of our owners.
I'm excited. I like watching where that's going.
It's probably gonna get headed into the Discord at some point for people that have TikTok. So we'll see.
Yeah, because you're gonna run out. You're gonna run out. It'd be funny when it kind of goes full circle.
Yeah, I wanted to do a pay it forward trend with inside the Discord. Problem is that I've saved a lot of bottles that are going to get given away in our Christmas giveaway. So we have a big Christmas giveaway. We'll have a big giveaway later this month, new merch this month. And we're also going to do a Secret Santa.
Oh, that's a cool idea.
So do like a local product that maybe you can't get, like something that like maybe you can't get in PA, but I can get in Maryland and vice versa. And we're going to have Will's wife, TK, who's like one of our, I guess, the queen of Tanglewood Society, the moderator. We're going to have her just randomize the entire thing.
I like watching videos of Will and her yelling in the background.
Oh, it's very funny. It's like sometimes you say people aren't the same in person they are on camera. They're exactly the same.
Is she exactly that in person?
Exactly that.
That's funny.
Kevin called me. I don't know if you paid attention to the Discord. Kevin is one of our big supporters. He called me and goes, picky day. Like he's funny that way. And he goes, are you guys making content off of it? And I was like, yeah, TK's filming. And he's like, oh, I know TK will do that well. And I was like, yeah, TK stands on business. And she goes, period. So they're very funny in person. It is exactly how you're pretty much the same person I would have expected to. Not that I haven't, like, I get enough with you on live, but we started doing Monday Night Live. So
and actually today's the first day we met in person too.
Yeah. I met Just Will and TK and all those guys yesterday too.
That's the thing. It shows you what the bourbon society, the bourbon world is like. Bourbon is better shared, better drank with friends. Like I have a good bottle. It's great. I can sit in my living room.
He opened a bottle for me today. Like not many people open bottles. If you haven't, like I save a lot of my bottle. Like I save 5 or 6 bottles that I have that I'm making content for on Fridays.
It's fun. And like my wife going to Kentucky, like she realized, she's like, holy shit, it's like you've known these people for years and you've just met them. She calls it TikTok Tinder, which is funny, but because it is like you swipe through, you scroll through and like, I like this guy, let's meet up. No, but no, it's funny, but
That's funny.
The community is so friendly, so sharing, so kind, and you're sharing a common interest. It's funny how it all kind of just works.
I think, and not to keep talking about Glen, I think the reason there's like 2 or 3 main reasons why I like the bourbon community so much and why this started. One is, what community do you send samples to friends? What do you like? What community do you just say, hey, I'm going to buy this bottle for you? Do you want it? Like, I'll pay, like you can pay for it. Just like, you don't see that in many groups. I know a lot of them, like, I'm not going to send you a car. It's just not how it works. But
I mean,
like,
that's a hell of a group.
Right. But like, I can like tell you, hey, there's this car here if you want it. I'm not going to buy it for you, but you can come look for it. It's different with bourbon. I know you can, I can send you some samples and stuff. And what other group what other like hobby do you know that works like that?
Yeah, I got my first set of handshakes and wife was just like, what is that? And I was like, yeah, they sent me some tasters, some handshakes to different stuff to try. Actually, some of it's for you. She's like, you trust that? I'm like, 100%.
Yeah, no, I think D'Anthony, one of our members, said it best. He's like, he was packing, he bought 2, I think, Eagle Rare 10s or something for 2 of the other 10 Glen members. And his wife was like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm packing bottles to sip to some of the buddies. And she's like, is that normal? He's like, oh, all the time. She's like, that is weird. And I was like, no, that's just how the bourbon community is. That's just how it is. Like, I brought a whole carry bag today. I was bringing samples or bottles for you to try that you probably haven't had. I called him before. I was like, hey, what do you want to try? So it's such an awesome community. It's the reason we started 10 Glen. And to give possibly, that was my first barrel pick, to give other members possible chances to go on barrel picks in the future. Obviously, like, we're just starting. We're in what, 4th month.
Yeah, you're still really young, really.
So at one point, hopefully in the future, we get more people to join and we can pay for you guys to fly in and stay at, a house, done by 10 Glen or paid for by 10 Glen and do it that way. Hasn't gotten to that point yet, but we could give away a spot if you can make it.
You're still young, you'll get there.
If you have the funds to come, like, we're going to possibly give away spots for people to actually come and do it. If you are like local or you have like, I can fly and do it. It'd be awesome to do. It's an experience like no other. The picking is so cool. It's exactly what you see it is in videos.
When you're 5-6 months in, you're already doing your first pick. So I think you're on the right path. Yeah,
that was definitely a stepping stone for us. It's, for people that don't know, a barrel normally costs $12,000 to $15,000. I don't have $15,000 to just say, here you go. I don't think most of us do. Even if I put in a couple grand, I don't think 8 of us could make up $15,000. 8 owners of the 10 Glen. You got to partner with a store because the bottles have to go to a store anyway for you to be able to pick up anyway. So there's just no. If a store is like, hey, they're buying the barrel, and we're going to sell. I mean, I was on my phone earlier and we were editing videos, and the number count for people that want bottles is already at 50. So that just kind of gives you a number to say, hey, we're selling 50 bottles before it even hits the shelf.
See, and most of these people follow you on social media. They follow 10 Glen. You're doing a store pick. You say, hey, we're selling it. And again, the community, the standard or the statement of what the community is like all these people are like, hey, I'm going to buy one.
Yeah,
like, I trust your palate. I'm going to buy one of these. That's that's crazy that the community is just like, yeah, I'm going to do that.
And it's funny because I've talked about this in the past. I think Will, the Real Easy, go follow him. His account was banned. He got a new one and he's like at 600 followers.
That's fast.
Yeah, he got to 600 pretty quick. But he almost had 5,000, so it was a little different. But basically, I said that he's been training us for the last couple months to get our palate to be similar to his, so that we picked the
You
same
did
thing.
say that before.
And I think it's true, but I just think we happen to, a lot of us like the same things. And
well, it's good that your group has similar palates, though.
Yeah.
Because it's going to make your picks a lot easier. Because imagine if
Yeah.
every one of you picked a different barrel that you liked.
I mean, yeah, I mean, and I'd rather have a 4-3 win on the pick, because I like both the picks, the last two samples that were picked, which was 2, which we ended up picking, and 4 was the Barton.
You'd have been happy either way.
I was happy either way. They were both over 8s for me. I think I ended up with the OZ Tyler being in an 8.2 and the Barton beating it out by 0.2 at an 8.4.
So it was close.
It was close, but the OZ Tyler would be a little cheaper
both.
too. That's what I said. You'll see the behind the scenes. I said that. But I just it's an awesome experience, and it came down to, and it's funny. I want to see this if it's true for barrel picks, because I was on the right of the table. There was one guy next to me that was the store owner's son brought. Joe Sullivan Speakeasy was next to me. Next to him was Ryan. Next to him was Will. And then Josh was doing some B-roll and also was having a couple of samples of Will's. And then one of the other guys, because he signed the waiver, there's like a waiver, so you don't climb on like the vehicles and the barrels and shit, so you don't hurt yourself. And then there was another guy that the owner's son brought. We weren't expecting him to bring 4 friends, but they ended up all being cool. They joined the Discord, which was really fun.
Oh, that's good.
And it was funny because the 3 of us on the right picked number 4, but the 3 of the people on the left picked number 2. And I wonder if it has to do with where you sit, because if I'm telling you tasting notes and you're thinking the same thing I am, and they're not feeling the same thing on the other side, it's different.
Huh.
And it's funny because Josh was having some samples and the other 2 guys were having samples, but it was very little samples from them. Josh was the deciding factor, which was fine because both of them were fantastic. It was Ryan picked last and he picked number 2 to make it 3-all. And Josh picked number 4 or number 2. But the 2 guys that were there as friends, because the owner's son doesn't drink, they both picked 4, but their votes didn't count because they were
so it was close regardless.
It was very, very close. It would have won by 1 either way.
All I know is I can't wait to get a bottle and try it.
It's gonna be good. So for all of you, we're doing, for our paid members, we're doing a big giveaway at the end of this month. We'll have 4 of our owners. We'll give out 3 samples each. You'll get there are certain bottles like this one that I would say, hey, this is untouchable. Sorry, no disrespect, but this bottle is too good.
There are some untouchables. There's
untouchables. My Russell's 15 is an untouchable. It's just not happening. Sorry, not to be rude, but it's just too expensive and it's just too good for me to say, yeah, sure, I can do it. If I have backups, maybe, but it's the Detling's one of them too. The Detling is far enough down now that I'm like, no, I don't want it to get too much air. But we're gonna do 3 1-ounce samples for them, for those 3 winners. Or 4 winners, and then we have some Glens. We have some of these being made.
This is a really cool
Some of these being made, mini barrels in the future. So it has our logo on them, and we are going to make our mini barrels that fit most of Glen's. That was loud. So I got my 10 Glen in there. We have more Glens coming out at some point soon, more hats coming soon. But yeah, basically, we have some extra project stuff that we've been working on in the behind the scenes. I had some challenge coins made. So for you at like the lower tier member, you'll get a challenge coin after 6 months of being a member. The higher tier members will get a challenge coin and a glassware and a free Glen with their logo on it. So we had extra ones of those made. And
way to tell me to bump up a level.
Hey, I'm just letting you all know what's happening. And then we have some extra samples from our pick. So they gave us a 200 ml, smoothed my way back in there. And I asked, hey, can I get some samples of this? And he was like, yeah, sure.
That's a good idea.
So 3 owners that didn't come are going to get a sample. It was a 200 ml bottle with probably 180 mLs or 175 mLs. So it'd be about 6 to 7 samples. And we're going to throw in some of those samples for free to the members as a giveaway.
It's a good idea.
So there'll be 2 different coasters, 2 different challenge coins, and then a bunch of different samples. We'll kind of even those out to about 6 or 7 winners, depending on how it works out.
I like it. I like the way you've built this Discord, and I like all the categories. I like when you see when everybody posts. Like you do a fantasy football poll. There's so much involved in it. It's a very involved Discord.
That's what we liked. We like, and I know you're probably the same way since we're both content creators. It is hard to, holy crap, Indiana just beat Oregon.
Yeah, we got college football over there. So you got to face the good way.
I did.
My side of the table sucks ass for this.
Plus my team won this week. Go Caleb DeBoer. I thought he was going to be a terrible coach. But basically the whole reason it started, and I think I talked about it a little earlier, I didn't like finish it, but it was to do picks. It was the community, and it was just like, it was the feeling of being welcomed, right? Like, I feel like a lot of times, unless you meet these people face to face or you join the lives very often with them, I hate to say it, but people aren't the nicest about letting you in if they don't know who you are. Mm-hmm. That's not what we were about. We all are smaller creators under, I think now that Will's less than that, I think we're under 3K for the most that one person has on TikTok. I think our 10 Glen page is probably going to beat it at some point with how many followers we have now. I think we have almost 800.
I definitely think your 10 Glen page will
but it's the inclusiveness. I get it. It's, we talked about doing like a cool founders club where they get to possibly come on picks and stuff like that. But Will was like, oh, it's not being, we're about being for everybody, not just certain groups. And that's what I liked. I built it off of that Bourbon Legends Discord that was on the Detling bottle you tried.
That's right. You did say that. I like what you've done with it. I love that it's growing. And I can't believe I keep missing out on the fucking hats. I'm a hat guy.
We're ordering 24 hats
I'm
at the end of this month. So
I'll try the Melic off camera. I'll try the rare character.
This is a good one.
Pour yourself the Uncharted just because it's an interesting. And it's only 92 proof, so it's good for you. And you take as much as you want. I don't care. Speaking of what, I got a couple football questions for him, but it's a funny thing. Like, so if you have friends who are bourbon, like my buddy, one of my best friends, big bourbon guy, walk into his house, I'm like, hey, what can I have? He's like, whatever the fuck you want. He's like, if it's closed, ask me in case it's got sentimental value. If it's open or whatever, I don't care. He comes here, same thing. But then I also got friends who his favorite bourbon is Jack, and I'm like, don't just go.
Nothing wrong with that.
Pour anything. Ask me so I can tell you about it and make sure it's something that you want. But if you drink this, it's fair game. It's the community.
I want to say this: drink it how you want to drink it.
There's no wrong way.
No, there's no wrong way.
That got heavy. My bad.
I don't care, dude. It's for sharing.
I don't got to drive. I know, but I am a horrible. Watch his video. I pour like a dumbass.
He went like this too. It was hilarious. No, but like I'm about a selection, not a collection. I'd rather have bottles open for people to try that haven't tried stuff than I would say, sorry, it's not opened. It's a collection to look cool than it is anything else. I know he has a lot of unopened bottles, but a lot of them he just got at KBF. So
he just got like 40 of them.
He just got a ton of them. So I let it slide. I have probably now that a couple bottles were gone that we opened. We'll talk about that in a sec.
It's hard. My problem is I try and wait. Like, I want to, because we're content creators. I think about if I'm going to open this bottle, I got to film something. So then it's inopportune. And then I bypass the bottle, even though I walk past, I'm like, I want to drink you, but like, wait, shit, I don't have time to film it. I got to stop doing that and sometimes just open it.
Just whenever you have time, I do a lot of batch contenting with different shirts. I'll change shirts. People don't know this, but I actually just go downstairs and I film 7 videos with 7 different shirts. So it doesn't
So
look.
you're filming Thursday on Tuesday. And I'm kidding.
Pretty much, yeah.
Shh, don't tell people. All right, let me ask you this.
I don't care. People don't know.
All right, so tell me real quick. Tell me about this, and then I'll tell you about that.
So this is Rare Characters batch 2 this year. I know they're up to, I think, 9 at this point. I think it's 9 or 8. This is if you don't know about Rare Character, this is a really cool product. They have been taking different bourbons from Kentucky, Tennessee, and other places, and putting it together. Indiana a lot of times too. We're gonna have to edit some of this.
No, this all stays. We are an unedited podcast.
So this is 121 proof. This one to me has a really awesome cherry ending note that I like, and I'm a big cherry fan at this point.
Holy shit, biscuits.
Todd told me not to hit the mic, and he's hit it more times than
Honestly,
I have.
I'm teaching by do as I say, not as I do.
Not as I do.
I have to teach my employees that. Like, I'm like, hey, you watch me do dumb shit. Don't do it like I do. Tell you how I do it. This is, you said this is 21?
Yeah, it's on the bottom left. But yeah, this is they do a special batch release of the rye, the bourbons, and the wheated every year. This is on the shelf for $100, and I'd pay $100 for this again.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know where this one is. I think it was distilled in Lexington. So So they actually, if you get it into their single barrel releases, they all have a code on them, and you can actually go research the code and see where yours is from. I have another bottle. Not a huge fan of it, but I think it's a Green River. Funny enough, it's from Owensboro, and it's just they're different. They're different labels. This one says,
was it, speaking of that,
Kentucky and Indiana.
Knowing where it's from, was it you or was it the right pour did something about being more disclosure?
It was Chris, because we talk about that all the time.
Yeah, it's nice to know where it's from. Like I love like that one Bardstown I have. It's this rick house, this floor. I love knowing more about where my bourbon's from.
I like Disco 11, and I like it so much because it has 13-year-old turkey juice on it. So it has that 13-year-old turkey funk. And then it has a Bardstown. It has some Jim Beam in it, and not regular Jim Beam. It has some aged Jim Beam, I think like 10 years. And that is a, what was it? That was add a little nuttiness to it. And then it ended with a Bardstown high wheat finish. And I loved it. So
this one, it's uncharted. It
is uncharted.
I did a video about it, but the thing is like the bottle's recycled glass. Their rick house is on a boat.
Let's do this.
So this is supposed. Well, anyway, I guess that makes sense.
Jefferson's Ocean.
So yeah, so their whole claim is that it is on like their rick house is aged on a boat on the river. So they call it their river aged. It's uncharted is why they call it. It's 92 proof. It's light. You'll notice there's not a lot of complexity to it.
Oh, that's different for that. That's a 92 proof and that has so much, or 94 proof and that's
right. Which is why this like that. Is why I'm very excited. Which is why I wanted to try that off camera so I could take my time with that. This is just a real simple. To me, if I was sitting on a boat drinking a bourbon, this would fit the profile. It's very light, very easy.
Yeah.
There's nothing like you don't get a lot of caramel. You don't get a lot of anything.
For the MSR, AR,
ASMR. Yeah, some of that shit's weird. It's fine. People, I mean, the hashtag's got like 40 billion. So, okay, let me ask you this real quick while we're finishing these sips. Who are we going quarterback for NFL MVP this year? I know Josh Allen right now is the consensus number one.
I hate to say it. I don't mind Josh Allen. Don't mind Bills fans. He should not won MVP last year.
Agreed. Saquon Barkley should have won it last year.
I agree with that statement. But my big thing about the NFL, though, is they're not consistent with who wins stuff. I can't stand it. Because if you're saying Josh Allen carried his team to that, then what did Saquon Barkley do? Like Saquon would have broke 200, or he would have broke 2K, but he chose himself, if you watch the clip, to take himself out of the game. That is respect. I will say, if you're blaming it or basing it on stats, then it should have been Burrow. He probably would have had 5K passing yards because he got taken out most of the games in like the mid fourth quarter.
If he would have played full games,
because they were getting killed 5K. Most of those games. But the NFL needs to figure their shit out on what the award is.
It reminds me of the Heisman because like Smith won the Heisman.
Mac Jones was throwing him the ball. So are you saying Mac Jones won the Heisman or DeVonta Smith? No offense to DeVonta Smith. He's an awesome player. It's just there's no consistency with it.
But it seems like these awards are just so skewed towards quarterbacks too often. I feel like there are players like right now,
like James Cook had 20 touchdowns the season that Josh Allen won the MVP last year.
And like right now, the way that if Jonathan Taylor stays healthy, he's the best player in the NFL right now at running back.
Which is funny because you bring it, and I got to bring this up at football. It's a football podcast. I can't stand poverty franchise teams trading away a quarterback they've only given 2 to 3 years and drafting a shittier quarterback. The Jets do it every year. The Jets did it with Sam Darnold. Look at what Sam Darnold did last year. Look what he's doing this year. Mm-hmm. Seattle looks really good, a.k.a. Mike McDonald. We started the freaking podcast with that.
Sam Darnold
looks really good. I was worried that they were only going to have JSN. And, Lockett's gone. DK's gone.
Love Torrey Hilton there, the rookie.
I do, and he's really good. And I think it's the thing about Antonio Brown and Juju, right? JSN gets a lot of attention, and the guy's capitalizing on it, and I love that. And they have a powerful backfield,
They do. They have too much. I don't think K9 stays there. I think Charbonnet becomes the number one back. I think they move him. But yeah, they have a great backfield.
But I do like that the running back market came back with Saquon moving, with Derrick Henry moving, with Josh Jacobs moving. I just think it matters so much that these teams, instead of drafting another receiver, like, no offense to the Bengals, Jamar Chase is a stud, but you have no O-line to block for Joe Burrow, and that's why he's been hurt 2 out of the 5 years.
This has been one of my biggest gripes.
The NFL
have never paid T. Higgins. I know it's just a franchise, but let him go.
Joe Flacco is going to get crapped behind that. I hate to say, he's going to get murdered behind that.
I know, because I love that for them, but
I like Joe Flacco, and I'm a Ravens fan, and I like Joe Flacco.
I'm thinking maybe being a veteran, he'll get it away quicker. But Joe Burrow's a great quarterback. Right now, literally the front runners are
Junkins,
Allen, Mahomes, which is stupid. He should be number 2.
Mahomes shouldn't even close.
Baker
could, but
Baker should be number 1 right now.
Oh, talk about the Buccaneers. Abuka is a stud.
He's winning Offensive Rookie of the Year.
He should.
Unless
it's not even close.
Unless something weird happens, that dude is crazy.
It's okay. I was never a huge Baker fan. I didn't like him when he was in Cleveland.
Oh, I loved him in Oklahoma.
I couldn't stand him at Cleveland. And it's just probably the in-division thing. He was doing all those commercials. I don't like Cleveland.
God, I have loved Baker since college.
I love Baker now. Baker is, and it's funny, I have the same thing with Julian Edelman. I hated him for a long time because I hated the Patriots. He has a Tom Brady jersey in there. I couldn't stand it. But he's still the GOAT. But my thing is I didn't like Edelman because they were good. They were annoying. He was annoying. Edelman is hilarious. It's the same thing for Baker. Baker going over to Emeka Buka and goes, "Don't disrespect my passes by catching it one hand," is hilarious.
See,
that is awesome.
That's why I like Baker. Baker is
he's got some swagger.
He's a dude.
He's got an
Jackson
Dart's kind of like him.
He is. And I called this. I'm going to clip this, and I told the Dustin we had this conversation in preseason. I said Jackson Dart is going to be the best quarterback in this draft, and Jackson Dart is a legit quarterback.
Yeah, TK was really mad in the car about because I flew in and the game was still on in the car when I was riding back to Columbus with TK and Will. And she was like, "Don't get me started on Jackson Dart because the Saints should have picked him."
100% they should have.
Mm-hmm.
The Saints shit the bed with quarterbacks this year.
It's poverty franchises. It pisses me off. Like, but the time that you need to take a quarterback, you don't, and the time that you should take O-line and receiver, you don't.
I think they're trying to get the ever failing Arch Manning, but Baker.
I thought Arch would be number 1 for
with
sure.
Baker, and this thing that pisses me off about my quarterback, Jalen Hurts, Baker just gives off this vibe that you want to play with him, you want to play for him. He is this. That's that mouse football. He's a locker room guy. Like, players want to play for Baker.
Yeah.
Like the line wants to play. The running backs, like the team. He is a true leader in the locker room where people are like, "Fuck yeah, this dude!" Like when he jumped up, grabbed his leg, he was hurt, and then C.J. Gardner-Johnson said something to him. He popped up. He's like, "All right, fuck you. Like, let's do this."
Yeah,
like,
there's some players in the NFL right now that have just such energy about them that I really wish the Ravens had. It's Baker, it's Dart, it's Scadaboo. It's like the Levante Davids, right? Levante David giving mad respect for Scadaboo after the game. That's awesome. That's what the NFL is about.
Scadaboo, that guy.
He's crazy. And that's sometimes what your team needs, a spark, right? Your team needs something to and I think Brian Daboll's a good coach.
He couldn't be better for New York.
No.
That is a perfect fit for him. Except I'm pretty sure he has Tourette's like me. Also, I said it to Dustin, the weird thing about him, he's going to be good, but he's going to have a short career, and he's also racing. He's racing CTE.
Oh, I think he's had CTE.
Like
Nothing's better than the clip of Brian Daboll doing the interview and Scadaboo in the background just screaming at the top of his lungs.
Like that, he's not all there. He's got a touch of it. He is not all there.
I want to talk about 2 quick teams that I think have turned it around. I want to talk about the Colts.
Holy shit.
And I want to talk about the Patriots.
Leave New York and get good. That's the thing.
I want to talk about the Patriots.
Go ahead.
Dude, Patriots with Drake May have looked right. This is where the Ravens piss me off. Mike Vrabel is a great coach. I don't like him, but he's a good coach. He's funny as shit, but I just don't like him, right? That is the spark sometimes that your team needs. Mayo just didn't seem like the guy. You're too defensive minded. Your defense wasn't really performing. You bring in another guy. He is still defensive minded, but you change the entire offense. People want to go work with the guy, right? It's something that like you're bringing guys in because you want to work with that head coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's you look at the same thing with Harbaugh, right? He brings in guys because they want to coach with him. It just doesn't seem like that with John.
Yeah, the Patriots though, Drake May, love Drake May.
Danny Dimes is looking.
I think he was slept on a little bit. The Patriots are on the cusp.
I was worried about him too. I was worried about Bama player too, the Carolina, Bryce Young. I was worried about him too because their O lines are bad. Both their O lines are really bad.
He's come up. Carolina has drafted well and done good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, drafting Jonathan Brooks was good, but he got hurt. But as far as like the Patriots are on the cusp offensively of being very good again.
Yeah,
they've got all the pieces. Like Kyle Williams, love him as a receiver, and he's just been kind of there quiet. Like,
yeah.
I think there's
Ryan
so
Williams,
much.
Bama has been quiet too.
There's so much potential in that offense, and Drake May has a lot of control, and he's good in the pocket. He's good on
talking
pressure.
About Patriots. Sit Ramondre Stevenson. He's a fumble machine.
Yeah.
Why is the guy from Ohio State not playing or not starting?
Why is Trayvon Henderson not getting more touches?
Yeah.
I
picked up Junkins.
Antonio Gibson, I think, got hurt. So now he should, like, I'm sorry. As soon as he got signed there, it should have been a 60-40 split for Henderson. 100%.
I think so too,
but the Colts, like, holy crap. As long as Anthony Richardson, one of the worst failed projects.
Yeah, I mean, there has been some bad drafts and just Josh Rosen's and like those kind of ones.
But Danny Dimes, though, looks good in that offense.
It comes down to coaching. The players are good, but it's
your coach has to fit.
New York was never going to help him out.
No, your coach has to fit the players. The players have to fit the coach. Like you can't have a run first minded offensive coordinator with a pocket passer and vice versa. And I think that he is in a better system.
I like their new owner too, the Jim Irsay's daughter. She's like the majority owner now.
Is she really now?
She's been on the sideline with the earpiece in, taking notes on the team.
Like they're involved.
I like that. They're involved, so speaking of involved, the Cowboys. Hey, Jerry Jones, take a step back, big dog. Saw a clip of a Ravens player who also played in Dallas. And he's like, yeah, we saw Steve Bisciotti, the Ravens owner, maybe 3 or 4 times. He came around once in a while for training camps. The guy was there for 3-4 years. He saw him at like maybe some charity events and stuff. He's like, we see Jerry Jones every day.
I would say, we're going to end this here soon, but I'm going to say this. It's funny you said that because when we went to watch an Eagles game in Dallas, we wore Eagle stuff, right? We get out of the airport, we get into a cab to go to our hotel. The driver, obviously, wearing Eagles gear. The game's that Sunday. You know that. Mm-hmm. First thing he says, welcome to Jerry World. Not welcome to Dallas. Not welcome to that. Welcome to Jerry World. That shows you that circus that is Dallas is holding him down. Dak Prescott, like, and his need to not pay players in a timely manner kills that organization.
Yeah, like no offense, they should have paid Micah.
They should have paid Mike. They should have paid Micah. They shouldn't have paid
Dak as much money as he's paid.
Well, they should have paid him sooner, and they wouldn't have had to. They should have paid CD sooner, and they wouldn't have had to. The organization is so weird. And Jerry Jones has got more money than God.
Yeah.
But it's weird. The whole town is focused more on Jerry than the Cowboys, and that's not what you want.
No offense. We have a couple Cowboys fans in our group, but any last segment
thank you. Thank you for coming on to this.
You want to go over our quick picks for tomorrow?
Do you want to do that?
Well, it'll be tomorrow, but you want to do any other favorites for the year?
I do. I want to.
Let's go one by one. Coach of the year, all of them right now. For week 5 so far.
All of the like offensive rookie, this, that, whatever. All that stuff.
I mean, offensive rookie, I think it's gonna be Ibuka.
Unless he gets hurt, it's 10.
Unless somehow it could be Quinyon Junkins at the end of the year, though.
Because of his legal shit, he went undrafted. No, he went undrafted in so many fantasy. If you I picked him up in a league where I have a hell of a good team in the 14th round.
Yeah.
Now he's my starting running back.
I was gonna say the Eagles probably would have won the Super Bowl, but after back-to-back losses,
defense is hard to do.
Rub dirt and some wounds over there.
Offensive Player of the Year.
If Jonathan Taylor does not win MVP, then he's going to win that.
I'm not going to answer. I can see it right here. Who do you think right now that your top 3?
Top 3. I think JT's in there.
Mm-hmm.
Top 3 right now. Is Baker in there?
No.
Interesting.
There's not. I'm looking at the statistic top 6 right now. There's no. Gibbs is
all
not.
QBs?
Gibbs is not. There's 0 quarterbacks.
Really?
Yeah. For offensive player of the year.
How many running backs?
3 running backs, 3 wide receivers.
Can't be Saquon. He hasn't had good of enough a year.
No.
I would have said Gibbs.
You've already talked about one of them. One of the receivers.
Abuka?
No. I mean, honestly, he could win both.
He could.
Let's be honest. If he hits 1,500 yards and 17 touchdowns, he could hit both.
Puka Nacua.
He's the number one. He's got the best odds right now.
He has a lot of
and
points.
then JT is second.
JT's second.
You mentioned this receiver
JSN?
for a T. Yep.
JSN.
He's sitting there at 5.
Let's see. Going by like division.
2 of the
Is Dallas Goddard on there at this point? Dude, he's been balling, dude. I keep putting him on my bench too. I'm like,
2 of these really surprised me. One, this running back drafted high, had a good years, but is now living up to his hype. Very young, only a couple years in the season.
Finally living up to his hype. Is Jamar Chase on there too?
Mm-mm.
I didn't think so. He better not be because he doesn't.
My favorite wide receiver is the 6th one on this list. Best points odds at plus 1,400.
Damn, dude.
And
I'm like blanking.
I'm gonna tell you.
Is T-Law on? Or T-Law's not on there. I wonder if T-Law was on the other one. So is he on the QB, the MVP one? Was Danny Dimes on the other one?
On the QB one? Hold on. It is.
Well, Todd's dog.
It's Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Baker Mayfield, Jared Goff, Matthew Stafford, and Jordan Love are the top 6. This is based on sleeper.
I got another one for the offensive.
Yeah.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yep, 6. My favorite. He's my favorite NFL player.
He's had a good year.
So there's 2 more. They're both running backs. One of them is old. I'm gonna say Old Faithful, but he gets hurt all the time.
Old Faithful, but gets hurt all the time. AFC or NFC? Was it CMC?
Yeah, CMC.
Yeah. How the fuck is?
And the other one is one of the top touted.
Oh, Bijan.
Yeah. He's at 3.
Damn, I've been betting him like weekly.
He's having a sleepy good year.
Speaking of bets, I've been betting him like over 100 yards rushing and receiving every week. He's been winning that every time.
He's finally the guy you thought he was.
I just feel bad for their receivers because he does so much for that offense that like if you have Drake London or Pitts or anything, they don't do enough because he carries that load.
You know who I didn't think about, and
I can't stand they put freaking Algier in the freaking like in red zone offense. I just can't stand it but Bijan does all the work to get you down there and take it out.
It makes Algier kind of a flex fantasy play because he might get a touchdown.
He might.
He's a bye week monster.
A might. It's so, like
I was gonna say. So we talked about it, and kind of a sleeper thing. Tyler Warren,
interesting
for rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year.
Yeah,
keeps it up. He's in the conversation.
I think so
because of Danny Dimes and the Ghost. Okay, so right now there's 6 of them.
Who's the okay?
Well, Emeka is the obvious clear favorite.
Yeah, he's got to be number 1. So is Warren on there?
Yeah, he's at 5.
Okay.
And this is against sleepers rankings, so we're going off that.
Let me see. Rookies. Dart's got to be on there.
He's at 2.
Scatterby might be on there.
No.
Interesting.
Which honestly, I'm looking at number 3, and I think 3 is a little high, but I understand why.
3's high. What position? Are we get more QBs or is that it?
Running back. No more quarterbacks.
Junkins?
He's at 6.
Interesting.
So you're looking at, and Warren at 5. So you're looking at 3 and 4. I did actually mention one of these guys as a replacement for Ibuka if something happened.
Oh, Tap?
Yeah. So he's at 4. So the number 3 is I don't think he deserves to be there.
AFC or NFC?
AFC. And it's the obvious choice.
Obvious choice.
Preseason obvious choice.
It wasn't QB?
Nope.
Running back, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, Genty.
Yeah. Which I don't think he deserves to be at 3.
I forgot about Genty.
I don't think there's any way statistically that he has any chance of winning Rookie of the Year.
It's because he had 3 touchdowns that one game.
Now, had he not got hurt, Omarion Hampton, I think deserves to be 3.
Oh, yeah, Hampton's. I forgot about him, too.
He's not even because he got hurt, but had he not got hurt, I think I put Ibuka, Dart, Hampton, and then maybe Tyler Warren. And maybe Quinn.
I don't know enough of the defensive players to know.
No, it's a hard thing. Like defensive. Look at Aiden Hutchinson, which he also could be comeback player of the year.
Yeah, I was talking about that. Who's your comeback player of the year?
if he keeps it up and Aiden Hutchinson is possibly who I would put there.
I might put Danny Dimes there. If they still play it well like they do.
Yeah, but I don't know let me see what
because he didn't play last year.
That's true. Where are you at? I know I got comeback player of the year here. Hold
Joe
on.
Flacco comeback player of the year.
Joe Flacco comeback player of every year. The
comeback player of the year is hard because they did Carson Wentz, and Carson Wentz had
the top three they have is Dak, Aiden Hutchinson, and Christian McCaffrey.
I get that. It's so hard because
I get Dak a little bit.
They picked Carson Wentz because of the fact that he had a horrific injury.
Yeah.
He didn't do that well after he came back.
No.
But he had a horrific injury, so they picked him. The comeback player of the year is really just, it's based on...
It's like, hey, you got hurt and you played a full season.
Yeah, it's really... What about, is coach of the year on there too?
No, they don't. Sleeper doesn't do that.
Who would you be? What would your top three be this year?
Coach of the year?
Who's the Colts coach? I couldn't even tell you his name.
Him is who I would be.
I don't know who the Colts coach is.
I don't either.
I don't even know his name.
It's not.
Oh. We gotta look this up, folks. This is bad for an NFL podcast.
I do know. I think I know who it is, but
I got 2 questions for you. We're gonna end this with those questions.
Do it. Shane Steichen. I thought so because he left the fucking Eagles.
That's right.
I wanted to say that, but I didn't want to be wrong.
Him and the Cardinals coach left from Philly. Who'd be your coaches who'd be your coach of the year for the NFL? Steichen, and then
Steichen.
Top 3?
John
Harbaugh's 32nd.
What the fuck? They got
who's undefeated
for the Jags?
Oh, Liam Cohen. Yeah. Who's undefeated?
Nobody anymore.
Everybody
it was
lost?
the Bills and Eagles, and the Patriots beat the Bills. Liam Cohen, I like what he did with the Jags. I think that now, granted, fantasy wise, their receivers and stuff aren't playing, but I like what he's doing with that offense, and I think that they have a lot of potential.
I think Dan Campbell will still be in that running every year.
Every year,
he's such a good coach.
He is. What's your other question?
Who's okay? We ended this right now. This is the last 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what are we at? Like an hour and 15 minutes.
And we're fine. It's okay. We probably clipped some of that.
I ain't clipping shit.
Well, we had a time where we were talking at the beginning. And we didn't say.
Oh anything. Yeah, that'll go away. But one thing I do when we post, we are an unedited raw podcast.
Love that.
I have had Dustin take a piss in the middle of our podcast.
That is awesome. I got up for bottles thinking that he would clip that, so it's okay. Okay, I got 2 questions for you. First one, your Super Bowl matchup. Week 5 so far, Super Bowl matchup. I would have put the Eagles in there.
I would have put the Eagles. And it's not a homer pick. I do think that they have the talent. If Sirianni takes over, they're still the best team. But I wouldn't be mad to see the Lions there. I think the Lions have a great offense.
Everybody said it for like the last 4 years. They said Lions, Bills. I think it could still be Lions, Bills.
I think it could definitely still be. I think the Bills are the best team coming out of the AFC.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think my AFC team is the Bills, and I think it's probably the Lions. But I do think
my sleeper pick is the Seattle.
I could see a way.
Yeah, I mean, their division's like good, but not great. I think the Rams too. I don't forget about the Rams.
See, the Rams are good. I think in the NFC,
their D line is really good though.
In the NFC, I put it as
surprisingly the AFC teams that I thought would be in it this year are not.
The NFC, the top 3 teams are the Eagles, and yes, they lost 2, but I'm hoping that Sirianni takes over play calling because they're play calling like they're playing the game of Madden right now. But take them out of it, it's the Lions and the Rams. Those are the top 2 teams in the NFC.
Yeah. I mean, I think Seattle's going to give the Rams a run for their money. I think I'm waiting to see how the Commanders respond now that Jaden Daniels is back, because I thought they would be right behind you guys on your toes.
Yeah, I have them making a wild. I have them in the wild card, but there's just too much.
There's too much adversity going on with them.
And the fact that they traded away Brian Robinson Jr. for a 6th round pick is fucking stupid.
Bill's been crazy though.
Bill, I love Jacory.
Yeah,
love him. They don't know yet how good he is because they are not using him like they should. They keep putting Jeremy McNichols and Chris Robinson in there. Dude,
both are
Jacory is your dude.
He should be playing every down.
He's so good. He's a goofy ass dude too.
And then I mean, who's the other 2? I mean, the Lions definitely. I think Okay.
I mean, the
overrated.
Packers have
Overrated.
the talent to do
Oh
it.
yeah. Oh, my overrated take for the NFC North is that JJ McCarthy isn't good.
So you think he is good?
No, I don't think he's good.
I don't think he is either.
I'd said that out of college. That
Carson Wentz looked good in that offense.
I said that out of when he came out of college, that Blake Corum carried his ass to a championship.
Yeah, I think JJ McCarthy is good, but I don't think he's as good as people
think he
give him
is.
credit for.
And then I had the Packers and the Lions. We'll see if the Packers. I mean, the Packers and lost to the Green Bay, so I was like, okay. And then what was it? The South, the Bucks in Atlanta, probably.
See, the Bucks are sneaky good.
Yeah. Atlanta's just too young of a team.
The NFC is just tough.
It's actually really tough this year for NFC. And
the AFC, it's like the Bills.
Yeah, all the other teams like the Chiefs and the Ravens have been shit.
They're all just beating each other up.
Yeah.
Unless, like you said, unless the Patriots put it together and make a run at, they could be the number 2 team. It could be the Bills and Patriots.
Jags.
In the Jags too.
Jags. Or Colts. Jags or Colts. Because the Texans.
I still expect the Colts to fall off though.
Yeah, they probably will. They normally do. But yeah, no. And then my last question was on the pod, who wins the playoff, or who's your playoff matchup for college?
Fuck, it has been so weird this year.
Yeah.
I can't get.
I mean, I don't think Ohio State's going to go back to back.
No. I think they're there though.
I mean, their defense is good.
I think Ohio State is the only one I can say I actually see there. Outside of that, it's been such a weird year that I don't think there's a standout team.
I want to ask you, what do you think of the 12 matchup this year?
The Big 12?
No, the teams in the playoffs.
Oh, having 12 teams. I like that.
I do too, but funny enough, all the teams that had to bye lost last year. Oregon lost. All those teams lost.
See, I hate bye weeks in general. Look at the Phillies.
Yeah.
I think buys are stupid, just like I don't think playing preseason. I love that college finally went to more teams because I
hated winning it based on record.
Yeah, because you play some shit ass teams.
Yeah.
You play your conference and then you pick who you're playing. It makes it really tough to say record is the reason why. And yeah, that's why you beat up, like Bama goes and plays a shitty team and they win 65-2 or 3. Like, I think that you need to play your way to the championship. And I think them implementing 12 teams and getting more teams in that you have to win it to move on is the best thing for college football.
Yeah, because I think those teams are now kind of competing a lot harder.
And I also think that preps college players more for the NFL, because now it's not like you're just not a good team. You beat up on some bad teams. You play some good teams. You have a good record. You're
playing out of conference teams.
You're in a must win. Like you can't fuck up. I like adding the element of competition to college football to bring it a little more closer to the NFL.
I do too. I think one thing that the college needs to change is the 2-foot rule. Make it the same as the NFL, and
100%.
So that they're ready to go into the NFL and they know what they're doing.
Yeah, because the fact that you could be 1 foot in the NFL in college and still be a catch, but yet you got to go to the NFL, and if you're practicing your whole life to put 1 foot down. Now, granted, most
high school is 1 foot too.
Most of these guys are good at it, but still, like,
it changes things.
You can't ride them. You can't run them out of bounds in the air and let them put 1 foot down to be a touchdown or a catch. You can't do that. I think the NFL and college, like, I do like when they change the NFL kickoff rule. I don't hate that.
I don't hate it. It's safety, but it's kind of annoying.
It's not. I think keeping everything more on par is.
They need to kind of like overall have a default for most of the leagues.
Just like football. Yeah,
this goes
like
this way because like
this
college, they're still running down for the kickoff, but NFL is doing it a different way. Like it needs to be, they're all doing this or they're all doing that.
Agreed. If you're going from high school to college to NFL,
it changes 3 times on your way.
This set of rules, this set of rules, this set of rules.
Yeah,
there's no. It needs to be. You need to be more uniform.
Evenness.
Agreed.
But yeah.
Well, this is fun. Hour and 20 minutes later,
we went longer.
Worth it. I know we could do this for about another 40 minutes.
I probably could.
Really wanted to. But thank you for doing this. 10 Glen, JB.
Cheers, buddy.
Booze Ballin. Cheers.
Cheers.